Let's imagine a football player. He's in a training session doing a training and he's jumping and he has a little bit off in a balance. And then that position trigger a little bit more pressure in a knee. And his friends and coach said that it's okay, it's happened to everybody. Until one day when he got collapsed. And so the research shows that 250,000 players has got an ACL injury just only in the United States last year. Hi everyone, I'm Kushal Bhatt, right?
Hi, I'm Anjan.
And today we are presenting our technology that prevent and that detect the ACL injury that might occur on a player. So let's begin with the problem. So there are lots of invisible knee movements, actions that can occur in every million seconds. And the coach will not be able to detect all those actions at the right time. And there is a ACL technology right at this moment, which are slower and even who do not provide the raw information to the coach as well as to the medical staff so that they won't be able to do their job. They won't be able to analyze all those data on time, and they got a time lag. And the main problem with the player is premature return to the sport decision, which means that there is not even a single technology that will define which player is enabled to play for the game or is not fit to play a game. So for this problem, we created a solution, and the solution goes here.
So we created a pivot proof plus a pivot clip. Pivot proof is a AI-based web technology, and a pivot clip is a wearable device that combine together to solve this big problem. So the first one is our pivot clip kit that get the real-time data from the source and provide the confidence level of the data recorded. And then we have a risk and plan intelligence that provide the AI risk twins that provide the coach to analyze the today risks and provide the plan based on today risks and analyze the real-time data from the sensor, wearable device, and a camera to prepare the tomorrow session. And then we have a team planner where not only it will just plan the session, but there will be a what if tweak, like what if we can change the cutting by 50%, how will that impact? And then we have a recovery and tele-PTSS where the underserved community can get help from there, from the experienced PT and AT. And then we have a collaborative evidence privacy where the doctor, athletes, and coach can work together. On the top of that, we have a menstruation cycle smart mode where the athletes can go and mark the calendar date there. And if they opt into the private mode, the neutral chip will go to the coach and the plan is made accordingly. If they opt out, it will internally change the plan session without letting notes. Coach will not know that. And then we have our on-field vision at home, where you can use your phone or laptop to plan your today's sessions based on what time you have, and get the real-time data, and can go to the mid-drill and change the plan based on that. It's a time for demo now. Let's see the demo.
This is your risk coach. It measures load, environment, and movement signal to recommend the one change that must reduce risk today. On the left side, you can put information like temperature, humidity, and you can even auto-populate the weather. Once that's done, you can add the prior flags like soreness, fatigue, and generate the risk and plan based on that. In the result, you can see that there is a badge row, which can be red, yellow, green, trend arrow, and a numerical print, and the primary hereby, and what is changed today, and the small micro plan. And in the athlete history page, you will see the history of all those athletes and all those informations that we received from the result, and which can also be marked as acknowledged right here. And in the team board, you can sort the athlete based on risk level, high, medium, low, and trends, and the risk level and the confident. This is the movement intelligence console. It turns a short video or the live data from the wearable into a coach-ready movement insight for lower extremity mechanism. You can autofill the location detail. In the capture section, you provide with the two options, live capture and the connect wearable device. Let's see with the connect wearable device. Connect to the wearable device. Once the connection is met, you can see the packet being received, latency, impact, signal, and you can stream the sample window, and then you will see the confident, contact, vulgus, stabilities, and history of the recent session. Let's try using the live capture. So, like this. Once the system is up, you can review that. And you can see the progress balls. Movement verdict, daily spent, micro-plan completions, next row verifications, micro-plan compliance, phase breakdown, coaching plans, and counterfactual plans. And this update that leaves information what was yesterday and what is today. If this will perfectly find the coach can assign that, and athlete will give the notification instantly. Team planner turn to relief and constraint into a safer coach reading practice plan in under a minute and then publish it in one click. Down here, I have what if tweaks. I can toggle options like move indoor, reduce body 50% for skin growth, and add 5 by plus neuromuscular round. So there are small tweaks that can be done. And then you can estimate the plan. Once the plan is estimated, you can see the confidence level, various level heat index, micro forecast, various fairness guard, ruler assist routes, and rank tweak, and delta values for those tweaks, compile sessions. Then it also shows the list of athletes who are at the high risk and have to submit some kind of proof. Into it, team planner replaced guesswork with a counterfactual plan, smaller steps, biggest risk draw, compile into block with Louisiana hit turf, guardrails, and clear accountability, which make faster, safer decisions without extra admin. This is our return to sport control center. At the top, I can pick the sport class, pivoting versus non-pivoting. The report tell me how many games you missed and overall progress, and I can open criteria or sport evidence received for a surgery in one click, or I can send it to any healthcare provider. Each card is a get. You can see the latest score, basis score, target, and the trust rate. Trust is our camera confidence, lightning, FPS variance. If trust is low, the UI nuggets retest, or we don't pass someone on the band data. On the right, session capture, let me pick an athlete and run a camera hop test or pull a wearable test. Like, finally, I can pull the recent gauge report on the right and click white lock to see exactly which metric is blocking the ready pass. When all dials hit their target, we trust then goes to be the passing lock automatically, and we'll relock if KPI gives next month. This is the home page for the athletes. Here is the notification center where they can see all the notifications created by the coach while assigning the task. This is the home session. Home session turn. We have homework into a short 10-20 minutes block. They are adaptive and very feasible. At the end of set, we take 3-second proof. Trust meter. If lightning or frame rate is poor, the trust meter drop to BC, and the UI Proff a quick retake, so only high trust rate counts. On top of that, the data can be collected from the real sensor and the wearable device just by starting this stream. Once you start the stream, you can see all those useful informations like decal, asymmetry, curve density, and the live data of impact and decal. On top of that, you can also manage the sensor like left thigh sensor, chest spot, smart insole. You can pair, unpair, or relocate them. This is the Ace Vision Coach, our on-field phone-ready pose tool. On the left, I start the live pose fit. You will see the skeletal overlay and a trust meter that grade, lightning, frame, rate, and angle. If the trust drops, we get tips to fix it on the spot. And to the right, you will see the real-time metrics like decal, cam surrogate, foot bend, and IMU fusions, and the real-time data. And also a way to manage the sensor. In our research hub page, you will see all the research that has been done in the field and get the data from them. For example, ACL prevention, and you will see all the research with the citing information, and you can even save that for the later use. And also the evidence card with findings, limits, citations. This is the My Task Center where I can see all of that.
Yeah, so these are the features we have. We have a lot more, but because of the time constraint, we're showing that. And this is our system design and system architecture. It look a lot, but if you just break it down into small pieces, data layer, core mechanisms, back end, front end, it will be quite simple. And our future plan is to train our own model in the AWS services like SageMakers and all different kind to kind of get more close to the result. And then we are planning to deploy this application within the week. And then the most important part, our pivot clip, the hardware device, a sensor that we are trying to build that will get the real-time data from the sensor to our device, and the data will be marked confident or non-confident. If there is a problem with the signals, it will not calculate that data and provide the confident value so that wrong data is not ingested to our system. And thank you so much for sharing us. Thank you.